2014 Missouri Southern Stampede with Eric Schott, the Missouri Southern senior, who and Cape Girardeau native and former standout at Cape Central, and big win for you today. I know teams come from all over. You know, Oklahoma, Arkansas. Well, Arkansas men weren't here today, but Tulsa and some other great Division II competition from around the Midwest and Texas. And looks like you were about 4th or 5th for the first mile or two, and then passed a couple of the Tulsa guys, and then we're in 2nd place at the 4-mile mark where the leader stepped off. Tell me how things played out.
Mostly I'd say kind of how exactly we wanted it to run, or I wanted to run anyway. Would have probably preferably been with the Tulsa guys a little faster off the start, but they kind of made that gap real early. Yeah. And kind of settled into that pace with that chase pack there in about 4th or 5th, and like you said, the Tulsa guys kind of just slowly fell off a little bit, and we were able to just pick them off one by one until the one finally stepped off at the 4-mile mark. Yeah. And after that, after the 4-mile, just kind of tried to keep my form under me, but really try and push it hard through that middle half of that last mile, and it worked out really well. So. Yeah,
tell me when you passed those guys, and then you said you were about 10 or 20 meters back of the leader from Tulsa, who eventually pulled off. Tell me what it was like coming home down that finish stretch and crossing that line with the victory on the home course, home meet.
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. I mean, especially with the track guys here, track and everybody's always really supportive here. I mean, they're always loud, and even during the workouts, any regular run, they're just screaming at the top of their lungs when we go by. So be able to come down the straightaway with those guys on either side just screaming, it was a great feeling.
I'm sure a lot of guys at the track team that aren't distance runners or throwers or jumpers or sprinters, you know, they're out here working the meet and cheering you on, and they probably may not know much about cross country, but to see to perform and show them how it's done right, does that feel pretty good?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, those guys are best teammates you can get. I mean, it really is a big family here at Missouri Southern. Everyone always does everything together. So. And
the win had to be pretty sweet. It looked like you pumped your arms a couple times as you crossed the finish.
Yeah, it was great. Well, you always get jokes from the alumni about how, you're not good enough to win, you know. And always making jokes like that. So it's always nice to be able to win one and kind of be able to talk back to them a little bit. So.
Yeah. What's it like, especially with the course change 4 or 5 years ago, and having the finish out here in the field with the great columns and overhang finish there instead of finishing in the stadium? It's a gorgeous looking feature of the course. Great, gives it some great character. What's that like? What was that like when you were coming down that finish line? You saw that finish line ahead of you and fans cheering on both sides. And
to be honest, the thing I was focused on was Coach Allen, our throws coach. He was talking to me before the race about how he wanted me to see me first, and coming down that straightaway, you could see him just in there pumping his arms, yelling at me. So that's kind of where I focused in on, was him. He's always good to push it too. So.
Yeah. Well, third, and tell me what this course is like, because you obviously you probably get to train on it a bunch and get to race it at least once a year, and maybe we're in it for nationals. But what do you think of the course? I know a lot of twists and turns and disappear a lot if the fans can't see you. Tell me a little bit about the course.
Well, in high school, you were always led to believe that if you never ran it, you were always told it's so fast, it's so flat.
Sure.
It's really not true. I mean, it's really rolling hills most of the way. You got a lot of those almost 180-degree turns where it's just complete U-turns.
Right.
And it makes it a little tough to keep some momentum going. It's a lot of surging and a lot of trying to get into momentum, but I mean, it's a great course to train on. It's a big tool for us just to be able to not be on the concrete all the time. Right. Take some of the pounding off our legs. So it's great.
Yeah, you can't beat it right on campus, and a lot of those hills are little. May not look like it, but once you start running, you realize you've got a nice degree of incline or nice grade there that you're going at. Tell me what team-wise, how I think team was 3rd or 4th overall.
I believe 3rd.
3rd, and then obviously you guys just lost one from your top 7 from last year. How's the team looking, and what's the goals or outlook for this year?
I think so far we look good. There's definitely things we need to work on. It's like Coach Burnham mentioned, we really just need to concentrate on packing up. Yeah. It's really where, especially today, where like the 2 teams in front of us got us, because they were all packed and we're kind of spread out over 15, 20 seconds between each guy, and that's really what we need to concentrate on, is just closing that gap, getting everyone together. So.
Yeah. Well, you've been to NCAA D2 cross nationals. You've been to indoor nationals, and you've been to outdoor nationals. What are you going to have to change, or what have you learned from those experiences that to try to get you in a position to bring home an All-American trophy in your final year?
Really, just you got to be ready for everything. I mean, really expected at outdoor nats, especially in the 10K, expected to be a fast race kind of from the start. And it went out pretty slow.
Yeah.
I think we went out in about flat 5:05.
Gee.
I mean, after the 5K is when it really dropped. So I mean, you really got to, especially going into those races, you got to be ready for anything.
Yeah.
Just make sure your mileage is consistent throughout the year. Make sure you're doing all the small things right. And just hope that you have things together on the right day. So.
And then probably mentally it comes into even bigger at nationals. You just got to be ready for when the move happens.
Exactly. You can't second guess yourself. You just got to go with them.
Yeah, yeah. And team-wise, you feel good that you guys will be where you need to be to come conference regionals and earn another bid to nationals?
I think we got a great squad. I mean, we've got 5 guys in our top, actually 6 of our top 6, I think, have all been here for over 4 years now. They were there on that 8th place team 2 years ago, and a lot of them have run at nationals now in cross 2 years already. So I mean, everyone's got the experience we need this year. We got the group that we need.
And how things changed. This is the second year now since Coach Rutledge is retired. How are things different?
There's not a whole lot of differences. I mean, I think it's maybe a little more individualized of a program. It's not so much everyone does the same thing under Coach Rutledge, but I mean, Jamie's a great coach. I mean, that was proven last year with a lot of the big PRs that a lot of the guys had on the track and everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, they do a good job of keeping everybody together, and we still see Tom a lot, Coach Rutledge all the time, so it's always good to see him and when he breaks us down before the races and everything. So
yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I've seen that before. That's pretty fun to watch, isn't it? I'm sure being a part of it's pretty special. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, congrats on the good day, and good luck your senior year, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it, Eric.